All right, here we go into set number 3. It's tied up right now. Silidux 1 and Front Mission 1 as well. So yeah, it's 1-1 right now, and whoever wins this next set definitely will have a huge advantage because they only got to win one more set for the rest of the Masters. And look at this tank setup. Like, I predicted that they'd go with similar setups, and it is pretty similar actually. So Brendan, like, if you look, they both have 2 AMX 50s, and then why don't you take us through the rest of the tank selections?
Well, Silidux Revolution, they are going a bit more heavy here, but similar in that fact actually. 2 AMX 50s, 1 IS-3, 1 T-69 as a medium, and an AMX 13. And just looking at Front Mission's tanks, it's exactly the same actually. Yeah. 2 AMX 50s, 2 T-32s, and that 1 AMX 13.
So Front Mission, going with that same tank lineup as the previous set, so really utilizing, why change something that works? So definitely going with that same lineup, whereas Silidux, I like that change in their lineup. I mean, really, 2 AMX 50s, 1 IS-3, and 1 T-69. That is a great front line to have. You have your IS-3 and your T-69 in the front line, and you have your AMX 50s as those snipers, and then your AMX 13, of course, as a light tank. But look at this. We can have an engagement soon here in this western side of the map. On the ridge here, they have spotted each other at top in the front line. He does miss his first shot. Yeah, Vayne here also being spotted. They are they're kind of still far away from each other, so it's gonna be a while till they actually meet each other in close quarter combat. But look at that, some of the members of Front Mission actually going to the eastern side of this rock formation, or to the the right side of the rock formation, whereas top is gonna defend the left side of this pass. So we're gonna see a 2-prong push coming out from Front Mission, and it's now up to Silidux to counter that push.
Yeah, I like this actually on this map. They have the heavier tank lineup. They are using the terrain to their advantage. They have all their tanks up on the ridge, and just getting a look at some of the Silidux tanks here, it looks like they have a lot of their tanks up here as well.
No, they're all up there, I think.
Yeah.
So look, this Black Glibba has made it to this rock right in the center of the right side of this rock formation. And look at that. Yeah, he did lose vision on the Silidux members. The Silidux, they are like right south of there. So if Front Mission decides to continue to push, they're most likely going to meet Silidux, like once they pass that kind of dividing center line.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a tense situation right here. The tanks are so close to each other, and it looks like almost all the tanks are up here on this western ridge. You just have 2 of the Front Mission T1s back at the base just spotting. And besides that, they have all their Tier 8s up on this hill.
I'm not exactly sure if the Silidux actually backed out from this or if they're still here on the western ridge, but they're still here. They're still right there. I mean, Silidux usually aren't a team to back out from a fight, but I mean, we've seen it before, and I wouldn't be surprised if some teams are actually back out from that. But look at that, our Amane taking some damage right there. It wasn't critical damage, but definitely non-negligible. Same with Vayne. Vayne taking about 300 damage as well. So Front Mission doing a great job of splitting up their forces and doing a 2-prong push right now. They are really utilizing this terrain in their advantage, and they did lose vision once again on the Silidux, but honestly, they're not afraid to continue to push.
Yeah, I like Front Mission's position here. I actually like the northern side of this western ridge a little bit better on this map, so Front Mission just taking advantage of that and doing this 2-prong push and kind of confusing Silidux Revolution. They got a couple of pokes on, and another poke going down one of the tanks there at half health.
Oh my god, another huge shot onto our Amane there. He has to be careful. If a single Tier 8 tank gets taken out, no matter what tank it is, it's going to be a huge loss for your team. So you got to save every single tank you can. And look at that. Yeah, Klope trying to come in from the side here. He is facing 5 tanks right now with his teammate. So it's 2v5 right now. They do have cover fire from the other side of the rock, but they don't have vision on that right now. Yeah, Ashgar Musketeer taking so much damage that Silidux have to be careful because they actually don't have vision on the other side of the push. So they are slowly backing up. Look at Vayne, look at Ashgar Musketeer, look at all those members on Silidux taking so much damage. Obelisk is in the front line. He hasn't taken any damage yet. He's in probably the most heavily armored tank on his team, and I'm surprised he's actually not tanking or blocking the shots for his teammates right now. He's like the most healthy one on his team, but he is of course on the front line. They're still trying to throw down damage, but I mean, it's looking, I have to give a slight advantage to Front Mission right now. And look at that, Vayne getting taken out.
Vayne getting taken out, and so many of the tanks on Silidux Revolution so low here. You saw Aura Amane, he was at like, what was it, 10% health, and another tank at about 10-20% health. And this Front Mission, this 2-prong push is just beautiful here. they really just split Silidix Revolution up. They've done so much damage now. They have so much cover fire from both areas. And Silidix Revolution trying to come in here, but another tank going down. That is 2 tier 8s now. And then the other tanks
here also going down. Look at that. A total of 3 tier 8 tanks going down right there. And like you mentioned, Brendan, I love that push coming out from front mission. Really gave nowhere for the Silidux to hide. They couldn't pull back. They couldn't push no matter what they did. The front mission members were right there to stop them in their tracks. Look at that, only 1 tier 8 tank remaining on the Silidux side, and this third set will in fact go to front mission.
Yeah, this could be like a clean sweep from
yeah,
front
it
mission.
could
that
be.
Was just really nice play there. All of those pokes that went down, you had Ara Amane, he had to back off, like he had so little health, and from there you just have the tank disadvantage, and just so much damage coming out from the 2-prong push out of front mission.
Yeah, and I was not expecting this match to go this way, to be so close, so back and forth. I mean, Silidux, they've been here for so long. We've seen them so many times, usually not having a problem in this first round of the regular season, or of the regular league. But I mean, front mission really taking the fight to them this time around. I mean, really, no matter what Silidux try to do in this set, front mission just had an answer.
Yeah,
quite honestly. So yeah, this third set is gonna go to front mission quite shortly. They haven't lost a single tank as well, so great job by them. A clean sheet victory coming out from front mission. Yeah, only 2 tanks now remaining, an AMX-13 and a T1, of course. Yeah, and that the AMX-13 does go down, and the last tank will go down in about 1 more second. Here we have Lord catch up. Yeah, he's still
trying to make something happen.
Yeah, there he goes.